Sahano bhunaktu saha viryankarvavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Verse 10.
So you said, we discussed the dosha in the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyana last time.
What is the defect? The sin, he says, no? The previous verse. Evil and pain of birth, disease, old age, and death. What is the pain there? Pain part of it is little easy to understand. The defect part of it is the most difficult to understand because it is far more subtler to realize. The defect part is, even though the first point says there is pain, that is not the experience of yours. Remember, if you were to be experiencing pain in Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, by now you would have started working on the solution to it. Isn't it? When you see there is pain, obviously what you will do? You are not going to keep quiet. The moment you experience any pain, whether it is physical or mental, anywhere when you experience pain, your first reaction is what? To go for solution. Correct? How much ever it may appear to you as irrational. Is it not? You know for certain that there's no logic behind it. But then you go for it. That's called realizing pain. You see? Like, in Karnataka, there's a village. In that village, there's a person who gives a powder. Shimoga, no? Shimoga. Powder. He gives a powder and says, that will cure all cancer. And look at all those people who are standing there. Not illiterates, huh? Right? It's not that they are illiterates. They're all highly qualified people. They'll go for it. Why? Not because they believe in it. Not because they know this man is, by now he should have got Nobel Prize, no? If that is true, he should have been recommended for Nobel Prize. The whole world should be celebrating him. But then what is it? Does it work? We don't know whether it works or not. Is there a science behind it? We don't know. He claims. Correct? He claims that. And there's no point in saying, these days, if I tell everyone, they will copy. You can register yourself and get a, copyrights for the amount of support he will get. If anybody were to go, if he takes the reports, no one can replicate it and say that, it is my combination now. You can't do that. So then what is it, sir? Then why people go there? Do they believe that that's a solution for it? Okay. There are people who go for that cure as an they go and consult a nutritionist. When you have cancer, they go and consult a nutritionist. For what? Not because nutrition that is going to be given to me is going to change anything, but then along with the treatment, when I have this, it will facilitate. Suddenly they will become very disciplined with reference to their eating. Suddenly. Why? They have understood what? Vyadhi and Mrityu. The dukkha part of Vyadhi, the dukkha part of Mrityu, they have tasted. The moment they have tasted that, instantly you have to see. That's why they say, in the fear, in the realm of fear, they say, what is number one fear in the world? Public speaking. Not death. Why? Because most of those people whom they have interviewed have never experienced death situation. But all of them have experienced what? Public speaking. With reference to what you have experienced and with reference to what you have never tasted, never experienced, if you ask, which is more fearful, what will be your answer? After reading this statistics only, I found there's no point in taking empirical data. Life cannot be led based on empirical data, because the data itself there's a flaw there. Because you should go and ask a person who has tasted death. Interview him. Also interview that same person who should have public speaking. Then you can discuss. And the fellow doesn't know what is the meaning of death. How many of you will understand the meaning of cancer? Unless you have had someone in your house. Not my relative. Yeah, my relative had, sir. You will hear the news and then where will you go? I went and visited him. After that? We are a member of the Century Club, so we went for lunch there. Now what you say about pain will not be countered. So the indication of recognition, remember, when I say a jnani who has recognized, what has he recognized? What is the proof of this vision? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha and Dosha, Anudarshanam. The one who had seen the Dukkha part of all this. First thing he will do is what? Get a solution for this, then discuss about all other things. And when he is going for solution, he will not even ask for logic behind it. If a person comes and asks for a logic behind it, that means he is lacking dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. Blind fellow. To a blind person, Vedanta will not speak. It will not work. It's like when you are not having migraine, headache, you take Dolo 650. How will it work in your body? Have you ever tried? No, not tried. You should try that. Painkillers they give, no? And somebody has in the house, painkiller. They'll give that painkiller. You're not having the pain. Take it and see what happens. What will happen to you? Nothing will happen. That's exactly what's happening to all of you. Nothing is happening Vedanta. Why? Sir, I've been attending your class for the last 25 years, 30 years. Why there is no spectacular growth? Even though we say, sir, every year you go and see, Tirupati. Huh? Every year, Shabrimala. Number of people are increasing only. So bhakti is developing. Who says? Bhakti is not a bhakti development means there should be at least one more Annamacharya standing there in Tirupati. Have you ever seen? We are not able to create one Annamacharya. If you can't create that one Annamacharya, what's the point of having that? Lakhs and lakhs of people. Laddu sales happen. Dukkha. Anudarshanam you have to recognize first. When you see that, what you will do? You will rush for it. When you are rushing for a solution, what is a proof that you are rushing for a solution, sir? You will not stand and ask for a logic and proof, science behind it, sir. When you have headache, you will not ask for a chemical combination of this, how this chemistry is working in my body, how that mixes with blood. When it mixes with blood, how it goes and hits that particular part. Pain is in the head. Tablet is going where? To the stomach. From there, intestine, and then thrown out. In between, how this goes inside, how it gets absorbed here and exactly goes to that point and kills. Ashcharya. Remember that. That's the main point there. The first point you have to recognize is this, right? Yes.
And the Dani experience is the Dharma with you, all the things to have the Anudarshanam?
Yes.
Like he's gone through the experience.
He has seen that. He sees that. He sees very clearly. Don't say, oh, how did he see death, sir? What is the meaning of death? Your idea of death is what?
Physical,
Body dying. In Anudarshana means a person who has that subtle perception to recognize death is not the physical body dying, please. That death is 6 o'clock dead. Now please tell me, what is the difference between today morning 6 o'clock and 2000 years back? What is the difference? Both are gone forever. Correct? But you genuinely believe what? Sir, today morning is very near. 10 days back, morning is what? Last Sunday morning 6 o'clock was what? 1 week before that, Sunday morning 6 o'clock is what? It's all over, sir. It's all gone, dead. But today morning, no? That is called blindness. Anudarshanam is the person who has that capacity to see mrityu means change. Death means change. Wherever the changes were happening, there is death. You see, so when he says death, doesn't mean, don't take it as, oh, he must have had, near-death experience. So you have to wait till you get near-death experience for you to become a jnani. He also should have yadi. Obviously, you should be old. That's what. It is not your death he is talking about. When he sees death there, every time you go for condolence, first thought in you should be what? One day I should be lying there like that. One day I'll be lying there like that. And then live your life. Amazing. One thought is enough. One day you're going to just lie down there. Just that one idea. Our problem is you do get that thought. The problem is you can't hold on to it. That capacity is not there. This idea everybody gets. Don't you know that you will also be lying there? Have you not thought? Of course, all of you would have thought that. But then why you did not become Buddha? Why you did not become Ramana? What is the difference? Don't say they are Maharishi and all that. Allah later. When that occurred at that point of time, what was he? Just Venkatramana. They would have been calling in this house, Venkata. That's all they would have called him. You see, how is that? You feel it, but you can't hold on to it. The pain part of it is little easier. More than that is the difficulty we have with reference to the dosha, the evil, the defect. What is the defect there, sir? Even though there is pain, it projects pleasure. It is experienced by you as pleasure, as a result of which you get carried away by that imaginary pleasure. Remember, the fact of life is pain. The pleasure that you are experiencing is your imagination. It's not a fact. It is your fictitious idea. Take it or leave it. That's a fact. Where there is pain, you are made to believe there is pleasure and go behind it. You see, that is the dosha. You're all with me? Is it clear? What is the dosha there? There's only pain, actually. But then, of course, we are having pleasure, no? Isn't it? Every one of you will feel it. Everyone feels that way. It says, sir, understand, there is pain, but there is pleasures also, no? Okay, you Vedantins are all very pessimistic fellows. I say there is 90% pain, sir. But the 10% pleasure is there, no? That 10% pleasure can override and compensate that 90% pain of life. It's worth going for it, sir. Like some of them, they say, no, they're paying for that. There is a theatre they have, there is a golden ticket, something is there. A special theatre where the price is 1,500 rupees. Gold class. And there'll be a big recliner there, and they'll keep coming and serving you things, and 1,500 rupees, and you see that movie. Worth spending, sir. 1,500. Hey, 1,500 rupees. 10 rupees you can watch that same movie. He's not going to show any extra. see, nothing. Same movie is going to show. Then you pay that for that extra, you see, that pleasure. For that it's worth, say, so the 10% pleasure of life is worth going through this 90% of pain. This is the dosha. So when you say, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, life is what? He says, he is defining life. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Life. What is life? Dukkha and dosha. There is dukkha only. The fact of life is dukkham. Then the pleasures of life is, it's not a fact. It is, you are imagining. You are imagining. Now what to do? And you have the right to imagine. Now I am not saying, you don't I have the rights to imagine. Of course you have. Keep imagining. But your imaginations are not going to change the ground realities. See? Yes.
So this dosha that we see pain as, we see pleasure where it is not there.
No. The pleasure that you are experiencing, wherever,
Okay.
whether you say internal, external,
Whatever.
it is not in the object, it is in the mind, all that is what? It is what there? It is not pleasure at all. Why? Think on that first. Establish that fact. How do we say there is pleasure? Pain is a fact, you are saying. If pain is a fact, then why you can't say pleasure is also a fact? Or you say, if pain is imagination, say pleasure is also imagination. I agree, sir. Or both you say, both you give it the same level of reality. If you say one is imagination, then the other is also imagination. If one is a fact, then other is also a fact. But Vedanta says, no. Pain, fact. Pleasure, imagination. Sir. Cheating game. Cheating. So we ask this question, what are you experiencing as pleasure? What are you claiming as pleasure? There is joy, you say, no? Pleasure. Say. What is it that you are claiming as pleasure? What is happening at that time?
Your desires getting fulfilled.
Some thrill.
Roller coaster, if you go, there's a thrill. Ice cream you're having, in a thrill.
Senses are getting satisfied.
Means what?
Feeling the pain.
Body.
Yeah, means what? Numbness? Not feeling the pain, or numbness? What is
You're
correct?
not unhappy.
Exactly. What is it, sir? What you are experiencing as pleasure is nothing but absence of pain. Absence of agitation is what you are experiencing as pleasure. So what is actually there? Agitation is the reality. What is there is agitation. If agitation is there, you are calling it as pain. If it is not there, you are calling it as pleasure. There is no independent existence for pleasures of life. It doesn't have that. Exactly like what is darkness and what is light. Light is a reality. Darkness is absence of light. That is why when I say make the room dark, what do?
Switch off the light.
Switch off the lights. I say, hey, I told you to bring darkness to the room. Why are you working on the light? You don't argue, no? Why? You do something to the light, the room becomes lighted or darkness. The darkness is the shadow of light. But darkness has no independent existence. Similarly, in life, if you see carefully, this anudarshanam, if you have, you will recognize the pain of life is the reality, agitations of life is the reality, absence of it for a short period of time, for a temporary period of time. You are calling that as what? Pleasure. Now you tell me, where is pleasure? Pain is there. Pleasure is not there. Absence of it, absence of pain is equal to pleasure. Nah? What is real then? So the fact of life is what? Pain. But then you are made to believe pleasure has an independent reality, and then made you to chase that. That is called dosha. You're all with me? Beautiful quality, this. Dukkha, dosha, anudarshan. Superb. Inge Purushantarla.
So this chasing after pleasure, I can see it applying to Janma. That this dosha, how does it apply to Mrityu, Jara and Vyadhi?
You are not seeing those things there. You are not recognizing. See, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, when he says, who sees all those things? Only a jnani sees all that. An ajnani will see what?
Only life.
He will never see all these things. He will say what? Life. I'm born. I'm growing. Sir, even in old age there is a grace. Everything has a grace, no? Even a gutter also has a grace of its own for the pig. It is so graceful for the pig. For you, you say, everything has a grace. Who says things are not having grace? Everything is graceful only in life. But is that your perception? Philosophy is more for your convenience. When you have to reconcile yourself, you use philosophy, isn't it? You can't digest the fact that you are getting old. But then what to do? So you will say what? Salt and pepper look has a... I know there is a distinction, you know. If a girl is with salt and pepper, naga is not accepted. Man with salt and pepper, na accepted. It is a fraud. You know, discrimination angiye irukku. Why? You can't see certain things. So who sees this? You believe, one set of people believe life is all pleasure. Another set of people believe life is all painful. Some of them who read these things, you know, they'll say, life is what's all pain. That's the wrong understanding. Then what is the right understanding? Pain is a fact. Pleasure is my superimposition on that. Like a rope, snake. Rope is a fact. Snake is a superimposition. Similarly, the fact of life is what? You see the child growing, you'll recognize how complex it is, how angry the child gets when you are not understanding what it is trying to communicate. They get so wild, and it's so funny for us actually. Pretend as though you don't understand and see. They get so wild. Why? They're wanting to express, but they cannot. They are not able to express that frustration. They have to grow. Growth is painful. Birth for that person, not only for the mother. Now, all of us recognize the pain of the mother. But Vedanta is not discussing about the pain of the mother, please. In fact, psychology says the pain of the mother is her imagination. There is no need to have pain. Weird. When I read that for the first time, I said, what? They say, that's the truth. Because many of these aboriginals, they have interviewed those people and asked, they don't understand what's the meaning of first trimester, second trimester. Oh my God, now what you have to do? Oh, go and sit in the house. They go into the forest, fully pregnant lady goes into the forest, brings wood for fire. When she is coming back, she comes along with the baby. She has delivered, she has carried the child, also the wood. It's normal for them, they say. Yeah, we do like that. They say, what? Unbelievable. I thought it's fake first. But then the documentary was very authentic. I couldn't say no. I mean, authentic not in the sense, they took some, one fellow goes behind them to video and all that. But it's... Vedanta is not talking about the mother pain. Vedanta is talking about the child. It's addressed to the child, not to the mother. Birth is painful. Now, your pain you understand only in terms of physical. At best, you go to pain means psychological. This existential pain you will never understand. Even psychological pain, most of us don't understand. Do you realize that? You see? Now we think a person who is, for example, a person who has Alzheimer's, dementia, we think they don't have a problem, sir, only we have a problem. Do you have any clue what is going on to them internally? Huh? You have no idea. You realize they are sitting somewhere, can't recognize anyone. Imagine what is that state. God, it's such a painful thing, Such a pain that is for that person. Now we all think it's pain for others. You see, we think, family people are all painful, sir. We have to take care of them. We don't know. Suddenly the fellow takes a walk, goes somewhere. We don't know where he has gone. Now we have to go and search and catch him, put him, push him there. This is our problem. Vedanta is not discussing about others' problem. Vedanta is saying his problem. Even that we will not recognize. Physical pain all of us can recognize. The psychological pain, very difficult to recognize. You can easily understand a person who is having a fracture and lying on the bed. It's very easy to understand and sympathize. How many of us can sympathize with someone who has a broken heart? most of the time, have you seen, you are angry, your anger is because the other person is angry? Do you realize that? You're not able to follow what I'm saying? When you get anger, is when the other person gets angry, what you do? You get angry. Is that the... If anger is a weakness, right? When you are... Why you should get angry? It's because of what? You can't recognize the mental pain that person is going through. Not see people understanding it. They can understand us only when it comes at the physical level. When it comes, hits the body, then they recognize. Before that, as long as it's not impacting the body, we don't care. Tragic. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi is what? Not physical pain, not psychological pain. This is existential pain, spiritual pain. Very difficult to recognize.
You said pleasure is absence of pain.
Yes.
But in pleasure you have degrees of feeling good, right?
That means previous to that,
like when your desire is fulfilled or something, you have.
what is desire fulfillment? Is desire fulfilled?
New desires.
No, I'm not talking about new desire. There is no such thing called desire getting fulfilled. Desire temporarily gets subsided. That's all. Temporarily it goes down. Temporarily when it goes down, that is what you are calling as pleasure. Why? Because the desire on the surface is equal to agitation. If desire in the mind is agitation, then what to do? You can't be in that state of agitation for a longer period of time. So what do? Subside it. You can't fulfill it, because what is the meaning of fulfillment? Meaning of fulfillment is, sir, I wanted to have ice cream, I have had ice cream. After that, the thought of ice cream, the desire for ice cream should not come back again. If it is coming back again, means what? Mullah's begging bowl. You know the story? Mullah's begging bowl. Mullah had a begging bowl. Somewhere he got that. Anything you put in that bowl, it will get filled. In 2 seconds, slowly it will go down. It will disappear. It will absorb anything. They were pouring sand, they are pouring water, they have poured meat, they have poured corn, they have poured gold. So many things. Whatever this in that city people can find, they brought that and put it there, and it was just disappearing right in front of their eyes. The Sultan got so excited about the news. He thought, my God, this guy is some magic or what? How is it? Yeah, it goes in and disappears, goes in and disappears. What is this? And he wanted to see that. He called Mullah, he brought that, and Sultan started pouring so many things. He said, okay, wine is only with me, others are not having, I'll pour wine. He poured wine, got filled. And Sultan was, see, he filled. Mullah said, wait. What's the hurry? Wait. Before he could say, wait, started trying, started disappearing. Turn this side, that side. As he put anything there, nothing. Checked by all his ministers also. And they took it for MRI scan. Nothing. And Sultan asked, where did you get this, man? What is this made up of? What is this material? He said, I don't know. What is the material of this? I don't know. Where I just got it somewhere. That's all it is. But one thing I'm sure about it. This must have been made up of human head. It is human head. What is it? Desire. It will appear as though it is filled. Got a new car. And go for a long drive. On your way back itself, what have happened? Another car is passing by. Suddenly this thing. And suddenly, 30-40% of the features in the car you don't even understand. All of you have mobile phone, no? Huh? How many of you are using it fully? Anyway, you are going to do what? YouTube, then Instagram. Occasionally use it for calling. WhatsApp. More than that, do you do anything with your phone? But then, how many things are there inside? One phone. Unbelievable, amazing, huh? This technology. Why that phone? Nice. For how long? 1 week. Then what happens? Same desire will come back again. Same desire will come back again. Same desire will come back again. For what, sir? More. Yeah, of course, and you will have your own justifications, you will have your own logic for that. Impeccable. And your logics and rationalizations and deductions, everything is perfect. Nothing wrong in that. Unbelievable. No one can say what is wrong in your reasoning. No one dare to say that you should not seek it also. No one will say that. Sir, how long am I to use that same car? Huh? So the beggar has come and told me to change the car. Correct? Huh? One of our fellow. The beggar, sir, please change your car. He has a habit of giving him, every time he comes, he gives. And that fellow has accumulated all that. He said, sir, I have your money only. I'll give you, please change. It looks what? Perfectly justified, no? Can you find a better case than that? Huh? You buy the car, then what happens? Before this can even be cherished by you, not some other desire comes up. I'm not saying suddenly you will get a desire for a house. That's a different one. The same desire will come back again. That means what had happened in the last time. Last time, the feeling that you have experienced is what? It means That is temporary. Temporary means what? In political science or this military officers, if you ask, they say war is the reality. Peace is what? Then what is a period of peace?
In between.
Preparation for war. You are preparing. You are preparing for the next war. Look at the history. Look at human history. What is peace period? Peace period is nothing but preparing period for war. That's all it is. So what are you doing in terms of pleasure? What are you experiencing as pleasure? Pleasure is nothing but not elimination of a desire. It just suspended. That's all. You suspend it by two means. One, by suppressing it, or by satisfying it. It gets suspended for a period of time. That suspension period is what you are calling as pleasure. That's about it. But that's a temporary one. That's where the pleasure, that the joy that is experienced out of spiritual evolution is qualitatively different. Why? Here, your attempt is not to fulfill the desire, your attempt is to eliminate the desire. Now, unless you are interested in elimination of desire, you are not in the spiritual path itself. You can go to temple, you can attend the lectures, you can do karma, you can do yoga, you can do meditation, you can do anything. If all that is not done with the idea of elimination of a desire, that is not spiritual itself. That is why it is called yoga. Every time you use the word yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga, dhyana yoga, that yoga. So many yogas are there. All yoga. Means what? Spiritual. When does it become spiritual? Now you catch people. Okay, how many of you are coming to this class today morning for elimination of a desire? Then what are you doing here? If it is not elimination of a desire, then what is it, sir? Fulfillment of some desire. That desire can be anything, but that is why there is no spectacular growth. Why there is no growth? Thousands and thousands, lakhs of devotees go to Tirupati every year. Why there is no bhaktas? Are they not bhaktas? In a way, yes, of course. That's why they are going. Otherwise, why will they go? They are all believers. The non-believer will not go there. They are all believers. But what had happened? Is there anything happened? Why? Agenda is not elimination of desire. Fulfillment of a desire. You have a desire to go to the temple, you go there. You have a desire to go and listen to a discourse, you go there. So what is driving force? You are simply feeding your desires. That's all it is. Nothing else. Every time when you satisfy your desire, it will get satiated for a period of time. Example, இப்பதான் நான் சொன்னேன். Mullah's bowl. Mullah's begging bowl. Don't say mullah's bowl. Mullah's begging bowl. Very interesting. Why called as begging bowl? Your desire begs to the world. Please give me this, please give me that, please give me that. Begging. There is a spiritual effort there. You are into spirituality, you are into religion only when you have taken a position. What? Elimination. If elimination of a desire is not the driving force, it's not spiritual. So fulfillment of a desire is a possibility. No. No desire can be fulfilled. Fully filling, not a possibility. It's exactly like Mullah's begging bowl. It will appear to get filled up, but it's ready for, again it leads to emptiness. Again it will become empty again. Again you lose. You lose. That's dukkha dosha anudarshanam.
Is
You get it?
elimination possible one by one, or all should be one?
All. You can't do it one by one. The process of elimination of a desire is a different proper process. You have to do it en bloc. Like how you have eliminated all your desires for toys. One by one. No, it's not one by one. It just gone. That's it. How? Because you have started deriving, getting something higher. So when you got to something higher, then all that pertains to the lower drops automatic. And it's very difficult for us to understand that. Even though that's your experience. Difficult to understand. So how do you eliminate? Elimination is not one by one, not possible. But in spite of that, what will happen? Some desires of yours, whatever you try, cannot be eliminated by understanding, knowledge. What to do? Those things had to be eliminated only through experience. That is where they have this grihastha-ashrama. Why you get into grihastha-ashrama? This acquisition and enjoyment. Grihastha means what? Acquire, enjoy. You acquire certain things and enjoy. That is allowed for a grihastha. Brahmachari cannot acquire. Brahmachari, his only job is to acquire knowledge. He can't acquire wealth. Brahmachari cannot acquire wealth. Vanaprasthi cannot acquire wealth. Sannyasi, no chance. But today, sannyasis is the one who have maximum. Nalla profession. You failed all profession. 100% success profession na sannyasi profession. Zero investment. Do you have to be knowledgeable? Less you talk, more you gain. More you talk, problem. Keep quiet.
But in Grihastha-ashrama also you're acquiring, and so again,
Allowed.
you get out of it.
You cannot get out of it. You pursue, acquire, enjoy, acquire, enjoy, acquire, enjoy. In that experience of acquisition, enjoyment, within the parameters of dharma, your mind gains a maturity. Today, you are also acquiring. But are you in grihastha-ashrama? No. Don't think, oh, yeah, I'm married, sir, therefore I'm a grihastha. No. Who told you that? Grihastha-ashrama means what? Means I am in the process of acquiring and enjoying within the parameters of dharma. Dharma, now don't take it as ethics, please. It's not ethics. No, we are all very ethical people, sir. Why? Because you're default. All salaried people will say we are all very ethical. Correct? Businessman will say what? Ethical. Legal, sir. Suddenly you will start talking about legally it's allowed, no? Not allowed. What? Nobody asks the question, what if the law itself is wrong? Otherwise, it's not our problem. The parameters of dharma. Who is the authority for dharma? You should go to those people and ask, what is dharma? Now today we ask wrong people about dharma. Conference on dharma I saw, who are all sitting and discussing, lawyer. The very fact that you are a lawyer, you are not qualified. Law Pachale, you cannot be qualified for. Why? The fundamental tenets of law itself is what? Moral judgment is not our issue. Whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional, that is all our point is. It's written there, that's it. It's not written there, it's not our problem. Whether it is moral, ethical, is not our parameters. That's the basic tenets. Whole day he operates on that. Then suddenly that guy comes here on the stage and starts talking about dharma. What are you? How are you qualified for dharma? Who decided that you are qualified? Why? Because he is a famous lawyer. Why? Because he is a famous businessman. Why? Because he is a famous actor, politician. So today, qualification to speak about dharma is what? You should be famous. All. Brainless. How are you going to recognize it? Fulfillment of a desire is impossibility. First, have a firm conviction on that. If you have this conviction in this Janma, even if any one person, one of you were to have that conviction, I say, I am the super duper success in terms of spiritual career. One person. All that you require is what? Sir, 200% I am convinced. Fulfillment of a desire is an impossibility. Then you have to justify every action of yours. I am going there. For what you are going there? You go for music concert, no? You don't go. You go for music concert. For what? Fulfillment of a desire or elimination of a desire? Out. Stop it first. But I have a ticket, give it to me. That is cheating. That cannot be allowed. Fulfillment. Why? Because fulfillment is an impossibility. Why it is an impossibility? Because pleasure is an imagination. And desires were the one which is convincing you to believe that is real. You see? It's unbelievable. Okay, I'll look at it from another angle. One more I'll try. Between the pleasures of your life and the pain of your life, which experience is hard hitting to you? Pleasure or pain? Pain, no? Universally for everyone? Correct? How much ever I can say, sir, I have given lectures on positivity and this, that and all that. Ask that fellow, what made you to turn to spiritual? My close friend committed suicide. I opened the door, he's hanging there. Hit me so hard. Is it pleasure or pain? Even that fellow who is giving lecture to people, he is giving lectures now. He is delivering lectures. Thousands and thousands of people attend those lectures. And then to all of them, what is his advice? Pleasure is the reality. The happiness is the reality. Bliss is the reality. Abundance is the reality of life. My God. None of you clap for best of my statements. There, Allah, you have to learn those fellows. A mocker statement that fellow is making. Then go and interview. And at least this you should keep quiet. You should not say that at least. It hurts me so much. If it hurts you so much, what are you then? That's why all of us, a lot of people have asked me also, what made you to turn to spiritual? Earlier I used to ask them, what did you study? Say, what made you to study mathematics, engineering, career? I said, I found this career better. Have you ever asked this question to anybody? One question every guest coming to the academy, used to ask. I don't know what is now. Those days they used to ask. How did you choose Vedanta? Why did you choose Vedanta? Why are they asking that? Why you don't ask in the medical school? Medical college, you don't go and ask everyone, no? Why did you choose medical? Why did you choose medicine? Why did you choose medicine? Why did you choose engineering? Why did you choose to do MBA? Do you ask? Nobody asks. But then you come to Vedanta Academy, ask. Why did you choose? Because everyone is expecting. First thing, my friend's grandmother, she was very close to me. So when I'm going next day, I'm going to the academy. So previous day evening, I'm going there to take her blessings. The grandfather and grandmother. Grandfather is okay. But grandmother is very close to me. So I went there and prostrated and said, tomorrow I'm going to the ashram. And love failure, And she is saying, pass pandoda, don't worry. She thought, I'm going to fail in BCom. I will do a party. So as far as she is concerned, who will go to Vedanta? All rejects. BCom failure, then you go. Or else, love failure, you should go. Ella fail case, Allah will go to Vedanta. Spiritual man. You need a tremendous courage here. Remember, spiritual. What is the courage? To take a stand that I am going to eliminate the desire. And if you have tasted the elimination of one layer of desires, you will understand what I am talking about. That experience, what you gain there, that joy is of a totally different nature. It's not pleasure. It's not happiness. See, it is something else. You cannot bracket it into anything. Don't think it's some mystical at all. There's nothing mystical about it, please. It's not a mysticism I'm talking about. It is just the fact that you experience a state of what we call as tripti. There is no satisfaction, is not equivalent in English. Atma tripti. You get that Atma tripti there, that satisfaction. You're being collected. That's why they use the word bliss in English. It's not happiness that you experience in life. Don't go behind happiness. Go behind bliss. If you're going behind happiness, it's a mirage. You can never capture it. It's like trying to catch the shadow's head. You can never catch it. But the moment you catch your head, what happens? The shadow's head is caught. Same way here. You get that bliss. Bliss is the reality. So, Vedanta says, either pain is the reality or bliss is the reality. Pleasure is imaginary. If you are in samsara, for a samsari, what is it, sir? Pain. Right. For a person who is in the path, for a sadhaka, what is it, sir? Bliss for the realized, not for you. For a sadhaka, what is the thing, sir? Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi, dukkha, dosha, anudarshan. That's the message for him. He is in the path. He understands. What is it? He understands pain is the reality, pleasure is fleeting, is imaginary. Then what is life? Is life only pain then? That's the starting point of Buddha. The transformation point for Buddha was that. He understood. What is it? What is that he understood? He has realized there is suffering, there is pain, there is so much of death. Death is the reality, old age is the reality, all this he had seen. Vyadi is a reality, death is a reality, all that he had seen. Therefore he asks, if this is life, what is the point? What is the point of me traveling in that direction? He said, take a U-turn. That taking a U-turn is turning off towards spiritual. So, a samsari understands life as, is what, sir? For pleasure, but there is only pain. He lands up in pain. A sadhaka understands the pain to be real, a pleasure is to be imaginary, and he asks the question, how? Why is it so? Is it that fact? Then he works and he reaches the final destination, becomes a siddha. So materialistic, spiritual, entry point and culmination point. 3 stages. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi. Dukkha and dosha. Dosha is what there? You are not understanding pleasure is imaginary, but appears to you as real and makes you to chase it, land in pain. That is the dosha. Is that? See you next class.